Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's find out what's been on the hook. We have things on the hook and also on the needles because I am a knitter and a baby knitter and a crocheter and also a diamond painter. So we'll have a little bit of each of that today on today's show. So I'm glad you joined me. Thank you for those who are returning. Thank you for those who are new. And all my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. I also invite you to be a member and also invite you to my Etsy shop and my website shop where I have lots of things that you can purchase to help me because this is an ad-free video. There are no ads in the middle of my video where I'm talking, where you won't be interrupted by ads in my videos. So I just wanted you to know that. It helps me so much though if you subscribe, which is free, and if you share my video, if you like my video. There are lots of things you can do to help me that don't cost a penny. And also you can become a member if you want to actually support me and buy things from my Etsy shop and my website shop. So I invite you to do all of those things, and thank you so much for being here. I have had several projects going. I have a lot of WIPS. I want to show you those today. And also a little video of my studio and what I've done to it. You can't really see it here, but it's on the other side, on the other side over there. On my video, you'll be able to see what I'm doing in just a minute when I show my diamond painting. So stay tuned for that. Now, today I want to talk about a few things. I actually was looking for this in the mail, and I was worried that maybe they had forgotten about me. But this is the new Knit Nation. It came yesterday. Actually, I haven't even read it yet, but I have looked through it. And it has some really great things in here, one of which is this chamomile shawl, really beautiful. I am not advanced enough to make it. It may just be for beginning knitters, but I looked through the instructions. I thought, that's not for me yet. I don't have time to try to figure that out. But it is beautiful. If you're already a knitter, it's not hard at all. I wouldn't think that the instructions aren't very long, so I wouldn't think it's very difficult either. They also have lots of other patterns in here. A couple of amigurumi patterns that are really cute. A cat and a dog, so cute. And then they also have a shawl, another shawl. They have a sweater in here, all kinds of things to knit. So this is the Knit Nation. I also get the Crochet Nation, but I haven't received it yet, so I'm still looking for that. This is the Knit Nation, and you would find this very interesting. It's long, it's got a lot of pages in it, and it's fun to read. It has some history about knitting and some of the fabrics that you can knit. It's also has a story in here that's a continuing story. It's kind of fun to read. And of course there's a crossword on the back and some other things in here, puzzles and games to play with by yourself. You don't have to have anybody with you to enjoy those puzzles. So this is what came yesterday, and I'm really excited to show this to you. I'll be giving this away next week, so be sure to sign up for it. When we get to the giveaway portion of the program, I will tell you how to sign up for that. Now, another project I've been working on, I've been watching Juan the Yarn Addict, and he has his caking up videos, and he calls them Coffee and Cake with Juan or something like. I'm so sorry, Juan, I don't know the exact name of it, but I watched one last night actually, and it inspired me to do some caking up, and I did some of that with some they're not perfect, they're not as nice as his. It takes a little practice to get it just right, but I did get them on the cake, and I got them wound around so they're not going to come apart. But I've had some yarn left over from some blankets I'd made and some items that I had crocheted. I had some yarn in a bag and just piling up in there, and I thought, I'm going to cake that up. So I did, and I actually have 6 cakes. I just brought 3 of them for you to see, but I've mixed the colors up, and I'll probably just make a blanket out of these at some point. I'll just grab them and start crocheting, and it might be fun. It might be ugly, but it'll at least be yarn that I've used up that was just sitting around not doing anything. And these are all size 4 weight yarns. I have a lot of 3 weight that I would want to make cakes out of those as well, but I've got all the 4s in one bag, so I didn't want to mix those up. So thank you, Juan. That was great advice. I've watched several of those shows, and they're very inspiring to get the yarn out. And as you can see, and I'll turn my camera just a little bit, you can see my winder right there. And I sit at my desk and I wind the yarn, and I put the yarn on my desk here, and it's not difficult to do. I've really enjoyed doing that. So thank you, Juan, for that. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down in the description box, and you can click on that and see if any of those inspire you. I'm sure they will. So thank you, Juan, for that. I have several acquisitions this week. I want to show you. I will show you one in the diamond painting video that I've taken. I also showed you a little bit about my studio and what I'm doing different with it. But I wanted to show you a close-up of these hangers that I bought. Now, originally I was hanging my crocheted items on these really thick hangers, and they're really nice and all. They're bridal hangers, they call them, and they are very easy on the shoulders of my crocheted items and my knitted items as well. And I ran out of room. They take up a lot of room. They're each about 1.5 inches wide. So if you multiply that times 100 prototypes on those racks over there, it's just difficult to squeeze them all in. So I had to buy a new rack. Mr. On the Hook found a rack for me. He ordered it, and we put it together the other day, and it's quite lovely. It's bigger than any of the other racks that I have. But in addition to that, I ordered hangers, and this is what I ordered right here. And I'm going to give you a close-up of that if you can see it. They are felt hangers, and they're sticky. You cannot move sweaters on. You have to lift them up to move them. It's wonderful. The sides are nice and curved. I've found them to be quite lovely, and they're 60 in a box, and the other hangers were like 10 for $15. They were very expensive, and I didn't want to spend that much on it, and also wanted a smaller hanger. See, these are very narrow. See, they're not nearly as wide as the others, and they hold a lot more garments on a rack. So I'm going to hang them up on these. I also pull the sweaters up toward the hanger part, and I don't let them hang off the shoulders. I do pull them up quite a bit so that they're not dragging and getting too long. They don't do that if you pull them up like that. But if you leave the stretch right here on the shoulder, the sleeves get too long. It's not good for your sweaters, but I'm not going to fold them up because I don't have enough space to do that. So I have to hang them up. And I bought 60 of these, and I'm through about 30 of them already to hang up what's been in my closet just piled up in there. So I wanted to clean that out, and I got a new rack and new hangers, so I'm good to go there. Now, I'll show you that in my video here in just a minute, and you can see what I've done. Now, I want to show you some WIPS that I'm working on as well. But before that, I'm going to show you my finished object. This is my newest finished object. This is an America tank that I have created with some Lion Brand Sparkle Yarn DK. And I'll show you that up close here in a minute. I've got a piece of it over there, and I'll show it to you. But it's called Sparkle Yarn, and it's dark, it's black. It's called Night Sky. And I wanted a black top with some sparkle in it. So here it is. I'm really loving it, but I made it by this pattern. This is the America tank. And I'll talk about that later in the giveaway as well. But it's just a basic tank crocheted, not knitted. This is crocheted. And I made it a little bit short, as you can see. Let me get here. See how much shorter this is than Crystal's length there. I made this much longer. But I made this in more of a cropped, kind of a cropped top and short sleeves. The sleeves are longer than they are in this America tank. So you can add on to sleeves if you want to. You don't have to just leave them like this. They may be a little cooler there, but I like to have a little coverage here on my arm. So I added on to the sleeves. And also, this is the back. It's not quite as long as most of mine are right about here, but I made it a little bit more of a crop top because it's summertime and it's a summer top. So I'm wearing this with some gray dress pants and some black trainers, and I'll be going out later today with Mr. On the Hook. So I'm all squared away. This is the America top made with black yarn. This is the pattern that I'm using, America Tank crochet pattern. This is the one that's already printed on Amazon. You can go to Amazon and get this. I'll put the link in the description box. Everything is in here that you need. It's already printed. You don't have to print anything when you get it. And if you're a Prime member, they'll ship it to you for free. So it's a nice idea to have this for your library of crocheted patterns, and this is available on Amazon. It's also available on Etsy and also on my website. You can get it there, and it's on sale this month, 20% off on my website. So go there. There's a link to it down in the description box, and you can get it there, but you'll have to print it. You have to print it on Etsy or my website. But on Amazon, it's already printed for you. So I think that's a win-win. I like these printed ones because you can just put them in your library, and then you can find them very easily. They're not in a file cabinet somewhere. Now, this is the yarn that I use to make this particular top I have on. It's 24/7 cotton DK sparkle, and this is some tiny yarn. Look at this. This is some, here it is right there. This is some tiny yarn, but it has a lot of sparkle in it. As you can see, they look like white, but when you get them back here, you can see that it's sparkly yarn. Very beautiful, but it is smaller, I think, than a DK. DK yarn, to me, it always seems bigger than this, but I guess it varies quite a bit between manufacturers and also types of yarn. But the 24/7 DK that I made the SUNLACE tee out of last month was thicker than this, and it was also Lion Brand, so I assumed it was going to be the same size, but it's a tiny bit smaller. I used a G hook to make this. I used a G hook to make it, and it was so dark. It's black, see? It's black yarn, basically black yarn. It looks like charcoal there, but it's actually black, and you can see that. I don't do well with black yarns, and so what I did to solve that was instead of, on each row, instead of going into the top of the stitch in the row below, I actually went between the stitches below where there's a space. I went in there on every row, and you can see it's almost like a mesh. Maybe I can see it over here. It's almost like a mesh fabric. Up here. See how meshy that is? It's a mesh fabric. And I'm wearing a tank top under this because the lights are very bright and you can see through it. But just walking around the house, it didn't seem like it was that much see-through, so you could probably get away with it. But I did like the black yarn, but it was awfully hard to work with because I'm not used to that. I'm used to lighter yarns, and it's a challenge to make a top out of black, but it did turn out very nicely, and I can wear this with a ton of things in the summer, the fall, the winter, all year round. I can wear it under a jacket, and it gives the jacket a little bit of pizzazz. It's very beautiful, and I like the way it looks. Mr. On the Hook liked it as well, and everything about it is really nice. Now, I did put a lot of ease in this sweater. As you can see, if I hold my arms out, you can see that this is quite long right here, and that's a function of how wide the sweater is. And I bet I put, probably 16 inches of ease, 4 each on each side. That looks like about 4 inches, maybe 2 inches, 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 8 inches of ease. But when you make a sweater, you can try one that wide. It's really wide. And what I did here, let me see if I can see. I think I cast on 80 stitches with an H hook, and then I completed the sweater with the G hook. So the H hook gave it a little bit of little stretch at the bottom. It's not so tight on the bottom, but it is tight. I like it like that. I didn't put any edging on it at all. I just started crocheting the America Tank. I didn't put any binding on the bottom or any kind of a trim along the bottom. I didn't do any of that. So just some tips about that. I wanted you to know how I made it because this is a very versatile pattern. I've made it many times, and I always alter it the way I want to for that particular yarn or that occasion that I'm going to wear the top for. So you can do a lot of things with it. If you just follow the directions about the neckline, you're good to go because there's no shaping on the sleeve at all. There's no shaping. There is some sewing though. You sew the sleeves, you sew the shoulders, and then you sew the underarm seams, but they're not hard to do, honestly. I never shy away from sewing because I've sewn all my life, and it's not a big deal. For some of you it might be, but the more you practice, the better you get at it. So I did this anyway with DK 24/7 cotton in Night Sky. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Just know that, not by the Knit Nation or any yarn companies or anything right now. So don't worry about that. I'll tell you what, right now, let's go look at my diamond painting and my studio, what I've done to it. Well, here's a quick look at my diamond painting that I'm working on for the last few weeks. And I have a few more weeks to go. I have it pulled out so you can see it. I usually keep it rolled up under here so that it's not in my lap. But I wanted to show you the whole thing. Now, one thing I did discover, and one of my viewers said, isn't there a person in there? And yes, right there, there is a person in the middle of this painting. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't even notice it until I'd already diamond painted right in here, and then I realized, well, there's a person in there. So this is for Mr. on the Hook, and he's really excited. He thinks it's really nice. He comes in and checks on it every so often to see how far I've gotten on it. So I've already finished most of the blue up here. I have a little bit more to go here, but today I'm working right in here. So I finished all of this row, and I'm back up here on this next to the top row here. I have this much to go this week, and then next week I'll probably be working on the very top, and then I'll be all done. So that's the progress I've made on my diamond painting. Now let's take a look at my studio. I'm doing some cleanup and some rearranging. I have moved out my baby grand, and it is in my living room. I'll show that to you. I've moved out my baby grand into my foyer area. Actually, here's the foyer right in here and the front door there. And I've moved my baby grand in here. Now, when I say I've moved it, I had to call somebody over to move it because it weighs 450 pounds. So Mr. on the Hook and I were not able to move it, but I have it moved here, and it's very beautiful where it is. It's not in the way. I have my dining table over here, and there's room to move that chair out, so we're in pretty good shape there. I just wanted to show you where I had moved the piano to because it's been in my studio for 5 years. I'm also rearranging in here so that I can use this as kind of a blanket staging area. I've got a couple of blankets I've finished and one that I'm working on right here in this basket. And here's my finished little pumpkins that I made a couple weeks ago, getting ready for fall. My two head models here, they're wearing their hats that I made. And then over here I have a little staging area for my giveaways, and I'm going to clean all this out. I don't really need all of these. I have bought some bags to put my giveaways in, so I'll be sending those out in those. And a couple of other projects I have up here. A jewelry box I use to make jewelry and to make stitch markers with letters and numbers on them. And then a friend of mine gave me this basket to just put as they say, bits and bobs in. But let's walk over here. I think I have this that needs to be hung up. This is a blanket that I'm making by Juan the Yarn Addict's pattern of the corner to corner. And I'm pretty far along on it. I don't have too far left to go, and I'll show you that probably next week. And then over here, Mr. on the Hook bought me a new garment rack. I get tickled when I think of all the garment racks I've got in here. All of these over here, these are all garment racks where I've hung up all my prototypes. There's one here in the middle with 2 rows on it. And then this is my new one. This is the nicest one I have right here. This is 2 big rows of places to hang my garments, and then a shelf on the very bottom. Let me get down there. See the shelf on the bottom, a shelf in the middle, and a shelf at the very top. I don't even think I could reach that, but I need a stool to get to it. It has some hooks over here on the side that I can hang my project bags on. And of course there's my American flag right there since it's July. And then some of the items that I've hung up for summer right in here, some of my newer items that I've made. And I still have a lot of items to hang up that are in my closet. So I'm working on this, but this is a super nice garment rack that he bought for me on Amazon, I believe it was. Yeah, Amazon. And see, it has coasters on the bottom so that it rolls on the floor very easily. All these have coasters on. I can move them around. And since my piano is not here, it used to be right in here, have a lot more room in here. And Mr. on the Hook also made a platform for Crystal to stand on. And that, let me show you that right here. And this platform has casters on the bottom. So I can roll her around. See, I can roll her around, and I'm not scraping up the floor. So we're making some changes in here in my studio. I'm just glad to be organizing it a little bit better, and there's a little more room in here for me to move around. So I hope you've enjoyed that little tour of my studio. I have shown this before. This is my America pin, and I bought this at a little restaurant. It's cute as it can be, and I've been using it all month. I really enjoyed that. This is a month-long celebration of our independence, so I'm participating there. And right there is the project bag that I have out on my website that's on sale this month. All of my Americana merchandise. This is one thing, the tumbler, which I really love. It's got a beautiful graphic on it and several other items as well. So they're out on my website. I'll put the link down in the description if you're interested in that. I've had lots of people loving those things out there. So thank you so much for that. Now let's talk about WIPS. I have 3 WIPS that I want to talk about today. And I'm heavy into the knitting. I don't know why. Not really sure, but I have 2 knitting WIPs and a crochet WIP. So let's start on this. This is the knitting WIP made from Brava worsted weight. This is from Knit Picks. A lovely, lovely yarn. It's nice and fat. It's a fat 4, I call it. And I'm using a, I'll grab it right here. This is what I'm using. A size 8 knitting needles. And they're kind of big, and I'm really enjoying that. You can go pretty fast. And I cast on 80 stitches to go around me, just front to side. That's my side to side measurement. And I knit 4 purl 4 for 5 rows, and then now I'm stockinette to the shoulder. I may take a little off for the neckline if I can figure out how to do it. But it's basically the classic knit top that I've been making for in a couple of months. And I want to perfect it. I want to get it right where I want it to be. So this is what I have so far. And where you see this little stitch marker right here, that's where I was last week. So I have knit all of this right here, probably about this much. And it's been fun. I'm doing pretty well with it, as you can see. It's got a 4x4 rib along the bottom, just like the other ones. And I like the way this looks. It's not plain. It has a little bit of a little excitement in it, some gray color. Let me fix that. That's what it's going to look like. I really like it. I really like it. I can't decide if I'm going to make it short sleeve or long. Probably short sleeves. I may put some sleeves in it, put it that way. I didn't put sleeves in all of my other ones. I did a couple, though. I did a long sleeve and a short sleeve classic knit top. And I'll put the link down here for it. It's not my pattern at all. It's I can't remember the girl's name, but she's really good. And I embraced it because it was all knit and purl, cast on and cast off. That's it. That's all I had to know how to do. I didn't have to decrease or anything. I can decrease, but increasing is a little tricky for me. Anyway, that's how much of a skein I used. They're pretty fat skeins. They're 281 yards, 218 yards on a skein. I have 4 skeins, so I have plenty because this is about halfway up the front, and I'll probably need maybe 3 skeins to make what I want to, but I have 4 just in case because I don't like to have to play chicken with especially with knitting. Oh, wow, that would be a lot. Now, I do notice that it takes me 6 minutes to do a row on that sweater and 6 minutes on this sweater as well. This is one that I'm making out of the Hawthorne cattails, also from Knit Picks. Love it. I also have a top. Let me see if I can get a look at it. It's right there. See it hanging up right there? It is a summer top that I made with windows in it, and it's very comfortable. I made it out of this yarn as well. I bought a lot of this yarn because I just love the color. And I made that sweater, and that's crocheted, and I'm making a knit sweater out of it as well. And this is the tag that was on it. It's Knit Picks Hawthorne DK weight, and I'm using a size 6 needle on this, and I also cast on 80 to start this one, and this is basically the same. You've seen this one before, and I finished the front. I finished the front, if you can believe it. I'm having a mess here. I finished the front, and let me show it to you. What I did was I started here with the 4 rows of garter stitch, and it was folding over. Remember, I told y'all about it, and y'all gave me some great instructions, and what I decided to do was just call this the top. because it worked on my other sweaters. If I can get that right, there we go. It'll be like this, and with the seams here, it will hold this up, so I'm not worried about it too much. And then I knit all the way down here, and at the bottom, I did my 4x4 rib, and there's what it looks like. If you can see that, let me get it up here. I did a 4x4 rib for the bottom, so I have the top is finished. The top is finished, and it doesn't look weird or anything. I thought it might, but it doesn't. It looks just like a regular knit top. So of course I haven't blocked it yet, and there's a lot of room on here. This is curled way up on the side, so it's about right for me. And I'll probably block them maybe after I finish it. I probably won't bother to block it before that. But I've also started the back, and I'm doing it the same way. I'm doing the garter stitch first. I'm going to make it exactly like that, and that way I know that it will look okay. And this is folding over too, as you can see how it wants to fold over. But that's okay because I fixed it the other way by going upside down. So I'm knitting it top to bottom, but not in a circle. So you knitters might understand that. I don't know. But I'm working hard on it. It takes me about twice as long to finish a knitted project as it does a crochet project. And you crocheters will understand that. And most of y'all are probably crocheters, I would imagine, and knit a little bit, or maybe you're great knitters and just started to crochet. I don't know. But I do love to crochet because it goes faster, and for me it's easier because I'm pretty good at it. I've been doing it for many decades, so not a problem there. The knitting is, I'm a beginner, and I admit that, and I will get better. I'll just have to study it and work with it. So another acquisition that I have is, that wasn't an acquisition, but this was for this shirt last week, and I also bought the rack and the hangers. I bought all that this week, and they came. It was really nice. But this I bought from Knit Picks as well. This is Rico Essentials Cotton DK. There's the tag. And this is what it looks like. It's an absolutely gorgeous color. It's a coral color. This is totally summer, for the summer. I really like it. I'm crocheting this because I bought 6 of these, and that's like maybe 3 skeins of yarn and 100 grams. These are 50 grams. A lot of yarn that's kind of luxury-ish. This wasn't cheap, but it also wasn't a total luxury yarn. It's 100% cotton. Love it. Beautiful. But it is very tiny. That's another tiny DK. It's sort of like the Lion brand. Very, very tiny. Very tiny. It's almost like cord. It's so small. But anyway, I decided I would go ahead and make a SUNLACE tee. And that's this pattern right here. It's the last pattern I came out with, I believe. It's the SUNLACE tee. It's totally for summer. It has a little bit of a pattern to it. It's not just double crochet. It's a nice pattern. I'm just going to see if I can get a look at it. Here it is right here. It has a pattern in it. So I decided I would make one of those out of this new Rico cotton. And this is what it looks like. I've been working on it for one evening. Okay, this is one evening. And this is how much I have done. Is that beautiful or what? And the stitch definition on this is amazing. Let me get it right up there where you can see it. Isn't that gorgeous? You can't make any mistakes with this. I hope you didn't see one there. I've been looking back to make sure I wasn't messing anything up because it would stick out like a sore thumb. But I do love this yarn. It is such a beautiful color. I love that coral color. And the actual yarn is very easy to work with. It doesn't split. And it's obviously it's a very nice yarn. It's not quite luxury, I don't think, but it is close to luxury, almost luxury. I guess you could say it's almost luxury, but I really like that. So those are my 3 whips I'm working on right now. I'll probably finish this in the time it takes me to make 20 rows of that. I get a kick out of watching myself crochet. I can just crochet, 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 crochet. And then I get so much width out of it. And then I look over at this one, and I'm still working on this hawthorn thing, and I'm going to be tired of it before I finish it, I believe, but I'm going to press ahead. I'm going to finish it because I love that yarn, and I'm going to make a knitted top out of it like the one that I saw on Pinterest. I'm going to put it right here. Again, I put it out here just about every week, but this is what I'm basing it on. It's a beautiful pattern, and I can make mine to look just almost like that, so I'm not worried about it too much. So I cast on, I chained up 90 for this with an H hook, and then I'm making it with a G hook. I'm crocheting it with a G. So that's how I'm doing that one. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait till it's finished, and probably by the end of the week. No, just kidding. It won't be that fast, but it won't be very long when I'll be finishing it. So I hope you've enjoyed this part of my show. Now, we always have a giveaway portion of our show where we give away some things. And last week we gave away the Afghan kit. I'm so excited about that. I think it was Angela that won that. And I also gave away a pattern, and I'm going to do that again this week. And then, of course, next week. And every week in July, I'll be giving away an America Tank pattern from Amazon, very nicely, already printed up. I already have them here, and I just send them out. And other things along with it, some yarn and stuff. So let's take a look at what we're giving away today and next week. Well, today we're giving away 3 gifts. The first one is, of course, the America Tank crochet pattern, like I just talked about. We're giving that away, as well as a skein of Vanna's Choice taupe. And this is fat. I believe you can make a hat out of that. It's just beautiful. I really like that, and I would knit something out of it, but I have other things going on. And then I'm going to do my fall lookbook. I need to get working on that, make sure I have all my patterns ready for that. So I'll be working on that. So I don't have time to use this. This is Vanna's Choice taupe. It's a size 4 yarn, all acrylic. So we'll be giving that away. The keyword there was lion, L-I-O-N. The keyword was lion on that. And tank for the pattern, of course. And then we're giving away 3 cakes of Fairyland yarn. Call it Fairyland, whatever you want to call it, Fairyland. 3 cakes of that. And it's really, really soft. I was just looking at this. I thought, I ought to keep that, but then I'm not going to. I'm going to give it away. So I have 3 cakes of that to give away. And let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 3 gifts today. Here we are at the computer. I've already entered in the word Fairyland right there. I'll get up here where you can see it. And then I am ready to go. So let's go down here and see how many comments we had with that one, Affiliate Fairyland. Okay, that's about right. Let's go over here and find out who wins the Fairyland yarn that we just talked about. Beautiful yarn, very soft. Let's see who wins that. And that would be, okay, Goldie McGee. Sorry, Goldie McGee 3087. You have won the Fairyland yarn. So congratulations for winning that. And let's go back over here, and we're going to change the word to lion, and that would be L-I-O-N. I can't reach that far almost. Let's go down here and see how many comments we had with that word, how many people would like to have that. And let's see who wins the Lion brand Vanna's Choice yarn number 4 weight in taupe. So let's see who wins that. And that would be Yolanda 7812. Yolanda 7812. You have won the Vanna's Choice yarn. So congratulations for winning that. And let's see, let's find another word here. And this is the word tank, T-A-N-K. And this is for the pattern. Sorry about this camera work, it's terrible. This is for the pattern. It's already printed. It's from Amazon, the pattern for the America Tank. So let's go down here and see who wins the America Tank pattern from Amazon. Already printed for you, the America Tank pattern. This is taking a while to get to the winner here. The winner is Deborah Color. Deborah Color, you've won the America Tank pattern from Amazon. Thank you so very much. Congratulations to our winners today. And thank you for participating. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations. I'm excited for you. When I love to send things out to people that are waiting on their gifts. It's so exciting to be able to send those out to y'all. I enjoy giving things away. So next week, we're going to give away 3 more gifts, and that would be the America Tank crochet pattern, of course, the one I just talked about. Use the word tank in your comment, and you'll be in the running for that. Also, I'm giving away 5 skeins of the Sparkle DK Lion brand that I made this top from. It's a DK yarn, 24/7, 219 yards on the ball, and it's a size 3. That's questionable. It's a little bit smaller, but it's okay because I made my tank out of less than this. And I have quite a bit of ease in this one. There's a lot of ease in it. So this should be enough to make a top if you want to do that and make it out of the America Tank crochet pattern. So there you go. I'm giving that away. And be sure to use the word sparkle, S-P-A-R-K-L-E. Let me show you that word right there. Sparkle, S-P-A-R-K-L-E, S-P-A-R-K-L-E. Use the word sparkle and you'll be in the running for the Lion brand yarn. Also, I'm giving away the Knit Nation, and if you're a knitter or if you want to be a knitter, you might want to read this. It's so much fun. Lots in there. I already talked about it earlier in the video, but that will be given away to a lucky winner next week. And if you don't knit and aren't interested in it, just don't use the word nation in your comment. The word nation will get you in the running for the Knit Nation newspaper. So just wanted to let you know those are our 3 gifts that we're giving away next week. So be sure to visit my Etsy shop, and all the links are down in the description box down, things that I've mentioned in this video. I usually put all the links, even for for yarns and for patterns that I use that are not mine. I put the links down there for you to use so you can do whatever I'm doing or take a look at the pattern itself. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you again on Friday, and join me then to find out what's on the hook.